The speculation surrounding Jadavion Clowney's potential return to the Chicago Bears is starting to pick up steam, and now seems like the perfect time to dive into the discussion. We haven't checked the Smoking Jay rumor meter in quite a while, so for those of you who might not be familiar, let me break it down. 0 Smoking Jays means that whatever we're hearing is completely baseless, no chance of happening, not even worth talking about. 1 Smoking Jay means it's a slim possibility, but it's definitely not something to get too excited about. When we hit 2 Smoking Jays, things are in motion, and there's a real chance that something could come of it. 3 Smoking Jays means the odds are increasing, and there's a legitimate chance this could go down. 4 Smoking Jays, bear down. This is almost a guarantee. And right now, I'm assigning 3 Smoking Jays to the possibility of Clowney joining the Bears. The situation definitely has legs, and while it's not a done deal, the likelihood of it happening seems pretty high. The latest buzz around Clowney stems from the announcement that the Carolina Panthers have decided to release the veteran edge rusher after just 1 season with the team. Clowney has had a career full of ups and downs. He's never quite lived up to the expectations that come with being the first overall pick in the draft. But when you look at his body of work in the NFL, he's had a respectable career. He's been an impactful player on the defensive side of the ball, particularly against the run, which is something the Bears could certainly use. In fact, when I think about what Clowney could bring to this defense, it's hard to ignore that he fits the mold of the kind of edge rusher that Bears defensive coordinator Dennis Allen has always appreciated. Clowney is exactly the type of player who can contribute in a significant way to the Bears' defensive front. In terms of his production, Clowney has been fairly consistent over the past few years. He hasn't been an elite pass rusher, but he's always found ways to contribute. In 3 of the last 4 seasons, he's recorded at least 5 sacks, with 2 of those seasons surpassing 9 sacks. Now, his 2022 season in Cleveland was somewhat of an anomaly, but he bounced back in Baltimore and then performed decently in Carolina. What's encouraging is that Clowney continues to receive respectable grades from analysts, especially in the areas where he's most valuable, defending against the run and pressuring the quarterback. In fact, his pressure rate on quarterbacks last season was well above average, showing that while he might not be an elite pass rusher, he's certainly not a liability in that area. One thing that stands out when you evaluate Clowney is his physicality. He's a big guy, standing at 6 feet 5 inches and weighing in at 266 pounds with arms measuring over 34 inches. That physical stature allows him to dominate on the line of scrimmage and apply pressure to opposing quarterbacks. His strength against the run is another valuable trait that the Bears could benefit from. Now, even if he doesn't rack up huge sack totals, he's someone who can consistently impact the game in other ways. Dennis Allen has always valued edge rushers who can hold the edge and defend the run with physicality, and that's exactly what Clowney brings to the table. Now, why do the Bears need Clowney right now? Well, it comes down to depth and reliability at the edge rusher position. Looking at the current Bears roster, there's a lot of uncertainty at edge. Montez Sweat is there, but after that, the depth chart is fairly thin. There's a lot of potential in guys like Dominique Robinson and Dio Dingbo, but neither player has fully proven themselves as a consistent, reliable starter just yet. Austin Booker is a projection at this point, and while there's some excitement around his potential, he's still got a lot to show. The Bears have some young talent at edge, but it's far from a sure thing that any of those players are ready to take on a full-time role. If Clowney were added to the mix, he would bring experience and stability to that group. He could be that third edge rusher, adding a much-needed layer of depth to a position that could become problematic if injuries were to hit. If Sweat were to go down, Clowney could step in as a starter without the Bears feeling like they're in trouble. Of course, there's always the chance that a young guy like Robinson or Dingbo steps up and takes that role. But for now, Clowney would provide a reliable option who can step in and contribute immediately. His experience alone would make him a valuable asset to the Bears' defense. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Why has Clowney bounced from team to team over the last few years? There's no denying that he struggled to live up to the hype that came with his draft status, and that's likely part of the reason he's found himself on the move. However, it's also worth noting that while he hasn't been the superstar many expected him to be, he's still a highly respected player around the league. He's not a guy you want to write off just because he's had a couple of down years. In fact, he's still capable of contributing at a high level in the right situation. And the Bears might just be that situation. One of the biggest questions surrounding Clowney is the financial aspect of a potential deal. After being released by the Panthers, Clowney is now a free agent. And the reality is that he probably won't get the same kind of money he was earning on his last deal. He signed a 2-year, $20 million contract with the Panthers, but after just one season, he was let go. That means he's likely looking at a more modest deal this time around, especially considering his recent performance. While it's unlikely he'll be able to secure another contract worth $10 million per year, he could still get something in the range of $4 million to $6 million per season, with the potential for incentives to boost that number. Given that Clowney has already earned $2 million in guaranteed money from the Panthers, any new team that signs him could offer him a contract in the range of $6 million to $8 million, which would be a fairly reasonable deal. It's a low-risk move for a team like the Bears, who need depth at edge rusher. And considering the Bears' current salary cap situation, adding Clowney at a reasonable price could be a smart move that helps solidify their defense. Looking ahead, the Bears are entering a critical phase of their offseason with the rookie minicamp coming up soon. There's a lot of excitement about the young players joining the team, and a lot of uncertainty as well. The Bears' defense could look very different come training camp, especially if they decide to add a veteran like Clowney. Whether or not he'll be the missing piece to elevate the defense is still up for debate. But it's clear that the Bears are doing their due diligence in exploring all options to improve their roster before the season starts. This is a critical time for the team as they're building toward the upcoming season, and the addition of a player like Clowney could help shore up some of the gaps on defense. The Bears will need to make some tough decisions in the coming weeks, but if they can land Clowney at the right price, it could be the boost they need to make a serious run in 2025. As the Bears continue to focus on building a competitive roster, the addition of Jadeveon Clowney could serve as a catalyst for the defense, potentially providing more stability and experience to a position that has been a question mark in recent seasons. The Bears have made strides in the right direction, particularly on offense, but defensively they still have holes to fill. Clowney's ability to contribute both in the pass rush and run defense makes him a valuable asset. And the fact that he's still capable of impacting games with his physical tools makes him an attractive option for Chicago. Beyond his physical traits, Clowney brings with him a wealth of experience, something the Bears' young defense could certainly benefit from. While players like Robinson and Dingbo have potential, they are still raw and unproven at the NFL level. Adding a veteran like Clowney would provide leadership and a calming presence for the younger players, particularly on the edge. His familiarity with the league, combined with his ability to impact both the pass rush and run defense, gives him the kind of well-rounded skill set that could prove invaluable as the Bears look to solidify their defensive front. In a position like edge rusher, experience can be just as important as raw talent, and Clowney brings both. In terms of his role, Clowney could step in as the third edge rusher behind Montez Sweat and potentially one of the younger players. This would allow Clowney to work in a rotation and avoid being overexposed. Given his age, he's 31, Clowney may not be the type of player who can play 80% of the snaps anymore, but as a rotational player, he could still bring a lot to the table. He would be able to focus on what he does best, setting the edge in the run game, getting after the quarterback, in passing situations, and being a reliable presence when the Bears need a veteran leader. His ability to contribute on both passing downs and running downs would make him a versatile asset for defensive coordinator Dennis Allen to work with. The Bears are in a phase where they need to find reliable depth at every position, and edge rusher is no exception. Sweat is the undisputed starter, and there's some optimism surrounding the younger players, but the reality is that adding a proven commodity like Clowney could elevate the entire defense. There's no question that the Bears would benefit from adding a player like Clowney who can help set the tone on defense. He is someone who understands what it takes to play in the league, and his experience could be a key part of the Bears' defensive success in 2025. But one of the most important factors to consider is the cost. As previously mentioned, Clowney is likely looking at a modest contract compared to what he was once able to command. However, the Bears should view this as a rare opportunity to add a player who can make an impact on both run defense and pass rush at a relatively affordable price. The Bears have been active in their search for value in free agency, and adding Clowney at the right price would fit that strategy perfectly. A reasonable contract would allow them to bolster their defense without sacrificing future financial flexibility. Given the state of the Bears' cap space, this kind of deal would likely make sense for both the team and Clowney. Additionally, it's worth mentioning that Clowney has a strong desire to play for a contender. While he's bounced around from team to team over the past few years, he's always expressed a desire to play on a team that has a chance to win. The Bears may not yet be Super Bowl favorites, but they are building a competitive roster with a strong foundation. If Clowney is looking for a place where he can contribute and help elevate a defense on the rise, Chicago could be an ideal landing spot. The Bears have a defense that, with the right pieces in place, has the potential to be one of the better units in the league. Adding a veteran like Clowney could be just what the team needs to take that next step. From a broader perspective, the Bears are not only looking to improve their defense, but are also building for the long term. Their success in the draft and free agency has created a foundation that could lead to a bright future. But in order to make that future a reality, they need the right mix of young talent and veteran experience. Adding a player like Clowney fits that mold perfectly. He may not be the future of the position, but he's certainly a key part of the team's immediate future. His ability to come in and contribute right away would make him a valuable addition to a team that is focused on becoming a legitimate playoff contender in the near future. Furthermore, Clowney's presence in the locker room could help foster the development of younger players. He's been in the league for a long time and has seen just about everything a player can experience. Whether it's through mentoring the younger edge rushers or providing insights into how to approach the game mentally, Clowney could prove to be a valuable mentor for the next generation of Bears players. His leadership and experience would help guide the younger players, particularly those at the edge rusher position, in terms of their growth and development. In a sense, his signing could serve not only as a boost to the team's defense, but also as an investment in the future. In terms of fit with the current scheme, Clowney's versatility is another appealing factor. He can play both as a 4-3 defensive end and as an outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme, which gives defensive coordinator Dennis Allen flexibility in how he wants to deploy him. This versatility is important, as the Bears run a hybrid defense that can adjust depending on the opponent. Whether Clowney is asked to rush the passer or drop into coverage, his experience in different defensive schemes allows him to excel in multiple roles. This flexibility is invaluable for a team looking to get the most out of their players, especially when dealing with the rotation of different defensive packages. Ultimately, the decision to bring Clowney to Chicago could be a win-win scenario. The Bears would get a proven player who can contribute in multiple areas, while Clowney would have the opportunity to play for a team that is on the rise and has a chance to contend for the playoffs. It's a calculated risk for the Bears, but one that could pay off handsomely. Adding Clowney could help complete their defensive puzzle, making them more formidable and well-rounded. And while there are certainly questions about his consistency and ability to stay healthy, there's no doubt that he's still a player who can make a difference in the right situation. As the Bears continue to evaluate their options, Jadavion Clowney remains a strong candidate for a potential signing. If the price is right, and if Clowney is willing to accept a role that suits his strengths, the Bears could find themselves with a valuable addition to their defense. Only time will tell whether the two sides can come to an agreement, but if they do, the Bears could have a defensive front that is capable of causing problems for opposing offenses in 2025. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a heartwarming and electrifying moment for the Chicago Bears and their fan base, linebacker Roquan Smith has returned to the team, marking an emotional and celebratory chapter in his career. Known for his intensity, leadership, and playmaking ability, Smith's return has been met with overwhelming excitement. and the Bears are eager to integrate him back into the defense as they aim for a stronger season. Smith, who had previously requested a trade and held out from the team during the 2022 season due to contract disputes, had a rocky exit from the Bears that left fans and players alike uncertain of his future in Chicago. His decision to come back, however, marks a fresh start for both Smith and the Bears, who have been building towards a more competitive roster with a strong defense as the cornerstone. The linebacker's return to the team could not have come at a better time. The Bears' defense, while having promising young players, lacked the leadership and experience that someone like Smith can bring to the field. With his knack for reading offenses and his ability to make game-changing tackles, Smith's presence provides the defense with an invaluable edge. His return is expected to add stability and increase the overall confidence of the defensive squad, as the team enters a critical season with hopes of climbing back into playoff contention. For Smith, his return represents not only the resolution of previous contractual issues, but also an opportunity to help lead the team back to glory. The 26-year-old linebacker has established himself as one of the premier players at his position since being drafted by the Bears in the first round of the 2018 NFL Draft. His impressive stats, including multiple Pro Bowl selections and a reputation for being a tackling machine, have made him an irreplaceable part of the Bears' defense. The celebration surrounding Smith's return is more than just a reflection of his skill on the field. It is also a sign of the ongoing transformation within the organization. Under new leadership, with General Manager Ryan Poles and head coach Matt Eberflus leading the charge, the Bears are focused on building a team that not only has talent, but also the heart and spirit of players who care about the legacy of the team. Smith's decision to rejoin the Bears sends a clear message that this team is on the rise and that they are ready to make their mark. The road ahead is not without its challenges, but with Roquan Smith back in the fold, the Chicago Bears are poised for an exciting new chapter. His leadership, passion, and undeniable talent will no doubt play a pivotal role in their quest for success. Fans are already looking forward to seeing him back on the field, and the excitement surrounding his return is palpable as the Bears prepare for the upcoming season. One thing is certain: Roquan Smith is back, and the celebration has only just begun. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.